Hello, world. Tara Sue Moore, from stockbroker to firewalker, back for broadcast 2. I made it today on day 9 of my own personal freedom movement. Find it, feel it, free it. Now, my head hopes and thinks, and actually maybe more than just my head, thinks and hopes, just knows that at least for me, this is the path to freedom. And I'm almost certain that this has the potential to be the path for freedom for a number of other people out there. And I'm close to certain that if enough of us really do find our own path to freedom, that may or may not look exactly like mine, but find a path where we truly feel free inside, connect that feeling within all levels of us that we have access to and radiate it, I sit in absolute certainty that that is all it would take to solve, resolve, really completely disintegrate, and in that moment's notice, something new could completely take the place of everything that's currently there with that new drawing on everything. So I'm not meaning a smash it down and start again. I'm truly meaning I can feel the energy of it, where this level of living that really does involve forcing ourselves, forcing others. It involves a feeling of lack. It involves a feeling of lack of control. Those are universal feelings on this planet. And I do believe that we create a world around us that makes sense to our mind what we're feeling. So what that means is if I am feeling out of control and stressed and terrorized, and I'm grasping at a solution, something around me will create a story that makes me feel out of control and make sense of it to my mind. So I want to bring all of those natural, instinctual ways of being online and start to create an atmosphere within my body where all of those can work to support, to create a world where it's easier for me to feel the way I want to. And I invite anyone else to join in this. So today, what's going on in Canada? Well, today in Canada, we've seen police move in a way that it's really interesting, because I actually think that the energy of what's happened on a very broad scale has actually been going on in small ways behind closed doors for a very long period of time. So I appreciate that it's being seen. And I also observe with quite a bit of awareness and within me a certainty that both sides, if you will, because it's polarized, or maybe sides of sides of sides, are using the same playbook, if you will. So a playbook of creating a story of why people would support whatever their position is. Whether or not it's top down or it's bottom up, certainly working with all of the mainstream. You know what? I'm taking mainstream out of that. Certainly working with all media, because at the current moment, I see media starting to polarize also, and it's all very easy to assume that media is being paid, and we can picture it in this top down, or we can also picture it in this bottom up. Media is desiring to still have a purpose, and when I look at it from the energy of media desiring to have a purpose, and media desiring to be loyal, then suddenly I don't see this big conspiracy. I see the same thing happening. And what I find is when I, at my core, am continuing to first energetically shift my body in a coherent, grounded manner into these higher vibration emotions, that creates the environment in me where I naturally see things like I'm sharing today, as opposed to what I've learned to do, which is see all sides from a very disconnected, very cognitive, very rigid way of being. Very kind at my core, but very rigid, not able to move off of whatever the protocol is safely. And for me, what keeps me from moving off is that gives me a feeling that at least I'm treating everyone the same and I'm being fair. But the reality is everyone doesn't have the same needs. So fairness, as much as I love the idea of it, isn't in itself the solution. And when fairness is being forced from top down by a system, even if the system is for all the right reasons, then the system's not going to actually work to create the outcome that we are actually desiring. That's a big pattern I just delved into. So just to read out a couple words, when in a higher vibration, and then I'm going to do my breathing and invite all you to do it with me. When in a higher vibration, essentially nothing bothers us, but it's not like nothing bothers us because we've completely cut ourselves off from it. We're actually able to completely be involved and feel it, but it does not disrupt us to a level where it harms us. Sometimes it's still even a little discomfortable or a little different feeling. And when we're in a higher vibration, we absolutely still assess people, but what happens is the judging part goes away. So we're not cotton, we're not blanked out, we're very aware, we're very present, but we're no longer the judge. That inner critic, whether the inner critic is pointing at oneself or pointing outside, finally feels that it's able to relax and not have to work quite so hard. So for anyone out there who appreciates every moment where their inner critic is relaxed, for all of you who are currently celebrating today, because I know a different group of people within my own friend list are celebrating, the people who for them freedom feels like the grass, like the protest we've had going, ending, and I can sure understand why you would feel that way. For those people, please just stick with the feelings that you're feeling right now, radiate them, celebrate them, you're there. For anyone else who appreciates the feeling of the inner critic, just taking a rest, that's what I'm sitting with. This gets easier to do the more you do it. Let's start the coherence breathing again. First step is getting brain heart. So I know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the peace that comes when my own inner critic is not running the show. Inner critic's not running the show today. I can feel a softness in my energy field when my inner critic relaxes. I can appreciate and love my absolute love and appreciation of righteousness when things just work out for all the right reasons in all the right ways, so to speak. I love that. And today, that same piece of me that I deeply appreciate isn't pulling me over into that rigid, white hot, very dangerous place of judgment that I now find so trapping. I can't even breathe when I'm in it, and my body just hurts when I'm in it. So breathing in and out a little more slowly and deeply than usual, seeing, sensing, feeling, or imagining that the energy of each breath or your actual breath flows in and out of your chest or heart space. It is that simple. Just doing that is going to start to engage your heart. And so if you're one of the people that's running all on heart energy and your heart is running the show but completely disconnected from your mind and your body, you're going to get a lot further if your heart will start to work with your mind and body also. For all you other people who have separated your heart off and you're trying to run with your mind and body, it probably is a little bit of more of a polarized jump back and forth, a lot more of evaluating needs and figuring out how you're going to work that way. Again, if you can invite your heart back in, it'll just get easier. And for everyone out there who's only running with mind or only running with body, again, bringing the heart on is likely to work better than trying to bring the more polarized center on as your next step. Again, breathing in. For all you amazing people who may hear this, who have started up your own whatever, because there's lots of you, you're in my world, I see you. You find it, feel it, free it. If it's into what you're doing, please start using it. Find it, feel it, free it. Find what freedom is for you, or whatever other emotion you're looking for, whatever other environment. Feel it as coherently as you can, starting with the body centers in the present moment. And as you feel it, simply amp up the radiation, amp up your heart, emitting that signal. Okay, there's my radiation. I'm going to sign off. I'm not sure where I'm at. A little over the 10 minutes I'm trying to stay at. Again, the crystal cavern is open. If you wish to come and sit in this incredible feeling that we have built in this space, that invite is open, and I don't currently see this space changing dramatically until after the 22nd of February. For some personal reasons of my own, I strongly feel like I need this space here just to support me through that time. And I'm also going to start to put out a request for assistance. I am going to need some support throughout this week, again, mostly after the 22nd, probably with some packing of things and maybe some counting of crystals. So if there's people out there who would like to come in and volunteer and just spend some time touching a whole lot of stones, helping me get an inventory as I pack it to move, please reach out to me. And if you currently are in a position to be able to have the tools to help me move some of the things from here, some are going to my house, some are going to a storage unit, some are up for sale. Moving crew for next weekend I'm also looking for. Please reach out to me. I am open theoretically as a store until 5 o'clock today. I'll go back to doing that now, and I look forward to seeing whoever else is going to come in to see me. The last couple days have been a beautiful story of the faces showing up, and I've loved it. So keep it coming. To anyone who feels like coming in, whether you've been in or not. To all of you who can't wear a mask, I understand that you cannot come in, and I appreciate you for not coming. We'll see you when the time is right. Over and out. Tara Sue, stockbroker to firewalker. Find it, feel it, free it. Yes, I should remember to end the broadcast. Small pieces.